you sure you saw her by the white car? Hey, I'm there. I can't see her now. I can't see anybody here. I'm busy. My eye there is doing me. Ah! Kiki. I'll go find her.
Kiki.
Say you think when you are wind, we cannot see you, we cannot hold you, Kiki. There was a court. Where's my money?
Just.
Where's my money, Kiki?
To your house, so I want to come and tell you, I already have the money. In fact, I have more than the money.
Yeah, yes. Bring it now.
You know, and we know that two both of us, we are best of friends. You know, two of us were a bed, we flock under one feather. So that's why I said, let me come and share with you my invite a friend link. Yes.
Invite a friend.
Exactly.
Waiting be that.
So invite a friend link is from OctaFX. So once I just send you that link like this, you just go and download the app. Wait till once you download the app, hello, Charles, you will just open at least one order. When you open one order and you begin to trade, I'll start making commission. And guess what? Immediately you begin to trade.
That was truly hilarious. If you just watch the video, now you know what to do with your internet data. I mean, aside from business, just use it properly. Don't bully people, you know. Just use it and watch KIEKIE's video and feel good. Ladies and gentlemen, I have media personality. I don't know if I should call you a comedian. I think you're just everything.
Just say a content creator.
Content creator.
Yeah, so in the middle of that content, there is skit making, there is the
fashion
bands, there's the fashion, and all of that stuff. So yeah. No, I'm a gentle girl.
I know.
Easy going lady. Yeah.
So at what point did you say, you know what, I'm going to go towards this comic direction? Because I've known you for the longest time as a television host. I particularly love your fashion shock show.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, because you just literally make it hilarious. So at what point did you say, you know what, I think I'm going to just start ranting on the internet, and then it evolved to making proper comedy videos?
Yeah, it started with the lockdown. The KIEKIE band started at the lockdown. So I am naturally an extremely active person. I'm unable to just sit down and look and do nothing. You get me now. So during the lockdown, I had a lot of time to myself just to be at home and hope for a better tomorrow. So I decided, how about I start documenting everything that happens every day? So it's from the process of documenting, and let me tell you one secret. I actually entertain me too. So I just don't entertain the world. There are a lot of things I do in my house in front of my mirror. If my mirror could talk, it's going to tell everybody that this girl has a lot going on. So it started from that point. And then after everybody got out of the lockdown, we went back to our normal schedule. It's now time to do more, literally.
Yeah.
And I think as a creative, for me, I'm always thinking how to do more. I just always constantly want to give more. Then luckily, a lot of people were able to see from the bands that it's like, we are this guys not really
normal.
I saw do you get? So I started getting a lot of invites for features in different skits with different comedians from different angles, and then I loved it. It was so fun to do, So now you see the KIEKIE band. Sometimes I feel like it's a lot of excitement that I have to compress into just talking and talking.
Yeah.
So okay, you know what? I will still give you the KIEKIE band too, but sometimes how about making it into a skit and elaborate it and bring the idea to life in a more hilarious way. I mean, at times life is not Thai. So you can't suffocate yourself.
You cannot.
Do great, so, and then that was how that started.
That's amazing. That's an amazing story.
Yeah.
People always assume that comedians are always happy. Comedians never have a bad time. Comedians never have a downtime. So who makes the comedian laugh when they actually need that laugh?
Yeah, the people that love them. The people that are close to them. So everybody that knows me know that I do not joke with my family. My parents are watching, my siblings are watching, of course my husband. So I don't joke with family.
Support system.
Yes, I don't joke with genuine like friendship. I don't joke with it, and that's because when the chips are down, those are the people that are there for you. In case you want to slide now and you want to fall, don't get to go. Because even that sliding door you're looking at, one day it's gonna derail. Not called the person that will repair it. So who is going to fix you when you don't feel great?
Yeah.
Family. So in my own case, it's family. However, comedians are actually very, very expressive. People just don't pay enough attention.
Yeah.
You see that skits, one story here, one story there. They're telling you what's going on in their life at the moment. Generally, storytelling goes that route sometimes. So it's not like we're always excited or we always, I mean, I'm in the same situation as you, in the same country as you, probably experiencing different limitations and all of that stuff. But, you know, you have a family system that you're able to go back to. For me, my parents are amazing, my siblings are amazing, my partner is great. So that just makes it work for me.
So it's so easy for people to watch you and say, you know what, I want to be like KIEKIE, but they don't know the story behind KIEKIE. You know, they don't know the hard work, they don't know the depth, they don't know the consistency. So can you just sort of take us through the journey of what it takes to constantly churn out content? Sometimes you upload as many as 5 content per week, which is a lot. You know, people just think you just get a camera and then voila, you're good to go.
Yeah.
So if you can just help us describe that journey so that for the young content creators, they can also see that it's not an easy work.
Okay, so for me, generally in life, it has to be working within your comfort zone. Now, this is not to say that, oh, everything you're doing is going to be convenient or easy. It means that the talent or the skill in that space is well assumed for you. So now, when I watch my videos, and I said earlier when I said I entertain myself.
Yeah.
When I watch my videos, it makes me laugh. It gives me excitement. So there's a level of excitement in what I do. There's a level of happy in what I do. I love that happy. I want that happy every day. And as God will have it, the happy is bringing in the cash. Do get now.
You're cashing out.
So more cash out. So when it's say cash out, I get motivated to do more. But honestly, when you do something and it makes you feel good, I think there's that thing that God created with us that when you just do the right thing, there's this joy that comes with it. So that joy for me is the number one motivation. And then the desire to want to be better than yesterday and the ability to be able to shut out the noise. I don't want to be the best person in the room. I want the best me to be in the room. That is what is important for me. And that is the drive. So sometimes even when I feel like I'm losing track or I'm getting distracted, I sit down by myself. I spend hours on my own page, 4 hours, 5 hours watching my previous videos. And like I shared earlier on a different interview, I started content creation in 2013. This is 2021. It's safe to say that I had like the major peak last year.
Yeah.
So it took me 7 years.
7 good years.
7 years of working on different TV programs that didn't work out. And I did not say I'm not doing it again.
Tell me about it.
Yeah. So you just have to keep doing and doing and doing and wait until that moment it feels like it happened overnight. But you're the one that will know that it didn't happen overnight. Even when night gone, it's a period of 6 to 8 hours. So nothing used to happen just
overnight.
In the switch. Yeah, literally. Yeah. So that's just the whole thing.
That's profound. There's no such thing as an overnight success.
No, there's no such thing as that.
Okay, that being said, with fame comes a lot of responsibility. People see you as a role model. Has that affected your personal life in terms of the pressure that comes from fans? And I mean, there are certain things that you could probably do before you can no longer do now because you're now in the public eye. So how are you able to balance your celebrity status with your, personal life?
You see, the one that do pay me the most is that I can't go to the market. And I, as a fashion designer now, I want to go to a market, can purchase fabrics that I want to work with. But now I can't do that. The last time I went to Yaba, I wore face cap. It was me and my manager. I wore sunglasses. I wore nose mask from the car park. Hi, KIEKIE. I say, hello, dear.
Monitoring spirits everywhere.
And also because I'm very vocal online, so people actually know my voice. So after all that cover, once I talk, it becomes the end of it. So I think that's about the only thing that I can say comes with all of this that gives me a little bit of shift. But outside of that, what you see on the gram is what you see on the off-gram, darling. Same money. There's no negative, there's no positive. Same, the same copy of human being that you see online and offline. And I made it so because no pressure. I always ask people, when you go on my page, the only thing you see there is happy. No lifestyle pressure, no societal pressure. I do things how I want it, how I believe it should be. And I give that to my parents. I was raised with a very high level of content. So I'm not really trying to prove anything to anybody. And the way my person works, the way my talent works, she said, oh my God, KIEKIE's vibe, KIEKIE's mood, KIEKIE's energy. My depth comes from a place of genuine happiness. If I'm not happy, I can't function. So as a result, I keep my mind as open as possible. So it allows my life go through this normal flow. So when life, of course, no life is nobody's mate.
Yeah.
When life come and behave like life, and of course with Christ, it just give you shoulder quickly. Well, hello dear, you met me at home. So pretty much, so I'm not chasing anything. I'm going to these events, this earring, this shoe. It's my earring there. I wear it again next week. Do your works.
Exactly.
It's my shoe there. I wear it again next week. So, putting yourself under unnecessary pressure. On the gram, it has its own side effects off the internet. So I have videos online without makeup, with my natural hair on.
True.
So you can't see me in real life with all back and it will shock you. Kole shock back on. Because one way or the other, I'm already on the Instagram with or without all of this glam.
That's totally amazing.
Yeah.
Also, because of your public figure, I mean, there are certain things that you might do that might not necessarily go down well with the people. And that doesn't mean that you had bad intentions. Take, for example, very recently, some content creators went to visit the vice president. And there was a lot of social media reactions to that. Talma came forward and said that she had the best intentions and she was just misunderstood, but people were still clamping down on her. So being someone in that space, what do you make of the whole situation?
So genuinely, like the likes of Aisha and Mr. Macaroni had earlier on said, there is no one way to any market. There are different routes to go to the market. Anybody can have any conversation or have any discussion to give us a better result. But I think the only challenge I had with the situation was it was done under the umbrella of my industry, which is the skit making industry, which I'm still very much young at anyways. And it felt like that small sector of the bigger picture of the youth represented the youth. So if the sector didn't have the direct, should I say, they necessarily don't have what it takes to do that representation. So if you had gone as individuals to have conversations around the set topic, skit makers, or around whatever, it would be fine. But also because this is a very sensitive issue, this has costed people their lives, costed people memories, costed people everything that some have that they've not even shared. So a lot of people felt triggered because they felt, you are not in my shoes. How then can you speak for me? At the same time, they also have their own realities. They also have ways in which they would rather the government do better and act better. So if it were to be personal, I'm a Nigerian, I have a problem with XYZ, and I met with the vice president and I talked about XYZ. I think that would have been more acceptable than, oh, I was with the vice president and I talked about all your problem. You don't know all my problem. So that was where the problem is. But do I have a problem with the meeting in general? No, I don't. However, it was a case of doing the right thing at the wrong time.
At the wrong time.
Yeah, that was it.
And also, I think it sort of exposes the level of mistrusts and distrusts the young people have, about our government officials. Because now, let's say, for example, I even want to have an interview with a public figure, and once you take a picture and you post it online, people don't even want to know the contents. They don't even know they don't want to know what you discussed. They start clamping down on you.
Do you know that a better approach could have been, guys, we're meeting with the vice president today. If you have any questions or if there's something you'd like for me to say when I get there, drop it. That way people will feel carried along.
Yeah.
Also, and people are not reacting because of what just happened. They are reacting from the aspect of a trend. It has happened before. It has happened before. It has happened before. So something that has happened more than 10 times in our eyes, it's very difficult for it to happen with you and you convince us that it is different.
Okay, so now how do you think, because also, I mean, it's a live show and the government is watching this,
Yeah.
I can assure you.
Okay.
So how do you think the government officials can fix this great gap of communication? Because whether we like it or not, if a man and a woman, they're quarreling as much as possible, if both of them say, you know what, we can't see eye to eye, we're not interested in whatever you have to say, there can't be any resolution of any sort. So how do you think the government can, from a youth perspective, speaking as a youth, bridge that great communication gap between the Nigerian people and the Nigerian government?
Okay, so as a graduate of mass communication, I'll just tell you that on the flat line, communication is effective when there's a feedback. Without a feedback, there's no communication. And communication is complete when there's a response for that feedback. 3 legs: communicate, feedback, response. The government needs to respond. We've been saying so many things, and it seems like nobody's responding. And why there's a huge gap. So we are talking, and there's no feedback. So look at what happened at the memorial. Live on TV, we are seeing people being beaten up, people being malhandled. Like, so there was someone that was in an interview, and it was literally jacked off from the interview. Nobody has said anything about it. There was no apology to that effect. Nothing. So even if you feel that, sometimes you might believe you are doing the right thing, just in case you're not doing the right thing, how about a realization of, I know you think you are right, but this is not right. This and this is what is supposed to be. Then I can think and reevaluate. We are not all stupid. Even if we are not as old as most of them are. So let's say that, the Bible will say that a child may have more newer clothes than an elderly person, but cannot have the clothes as old as an elderly person. So even if we are not as experienced as you are, but we are not stupid. You have trained us to the best schools in the world. We have the best qualifications. So if it will be nice if we can be guided. But if we are now being inquisitive and curious and want to learn and unlearn a lot of things, but you're shutting the door against us, then how do we go from there? So that's why there's such a huge gap, because they're not giving us feedback. They're not giving us response. They're just looking at us to be talking and talking and talking. I know when you talk and nothing is happening. What do you think is going to happen next?
Okay. All right. Thank you so much for coming. Appreciate.
It's a pleasure.
Keep doing you. Keep being you. We love KIEKIE.
Oh, don't take me. Thank God.
All right. Rubbin Mind continues after this break. Stay with us.